in the pulse. That's why teams like to ban pulse sometimes in this map, and especially against a team like Secret, where they have such a capable pulse player in the form of Lackey. Then you're kind of wondering why they're not banning that. We've seen the trend of Pro League where so many teams ban Lackey specifically, simply because he's that good on the pulse. Of course, Lion was also another operator that he was very strong with, which always got banned, so basically his best operator is no longer part of the competitive format anymore. More pickups coming in from Secret. They have the mute jammers as well to try and delay some of that drone that the players of Trust may want to go for. Also a very good pick there if they're worrying about potentially a Dokkaebi, which I know Trust they can easily provide a Dokkaebi on their lineup. Looking at the attacking, they have brought the big old bad shield, the Montagna. It's not going to be the same capability compared to what Pengu would play on the Montagna, but certainly still, we'll see what Avaish can do with the Montagna. So the entry will start to come in towards that rooftop. Oh, a C4 just being leashed straight away by Leon. Doesn't find anything, however, so that's quite unfortunate for him. So maybe also here supporting Leon. Both of them are going to be located towards Penthouse and Theatre. Both of them, just for anybody just tuning in, we're working on game sound. There appears to be an issue. I don't know if we're going to need to do a rehost to sort the audio out. We may need to do a rehost if it calls for it. Again, I don't know if personally we can do that. But we want the best possible viewing for you guys at home, of course, if we can. So already you can see 2 of the roamers over towards that Penthouse has been eliminated by the players of Trust Gaming. Stiz, Lackey and Alems are going to have to try and smooth things out in the final half of the round. Still to go yet. The full force will be coming in momentarily from Trust. I'm sure they'll probably try and rotate in towards Aquarium. You can see the good crossfires being made by Leonsky. He has that Habana to open up these sight lines, make sure that Lackey cannot rotate or Stiz cannot rotate. And finally, there you go. Montagna starts to push in, trying to work their way on. Stiz also getting rattled from behind, and he will be down, but not out at the moment. So a 5 versus 2. Alems is going to be able to go ahead and get the pickup on him. But that will cause a little bit of time, and Leonsky still trying to put as much pressure as he can as Avishas runs straight in with the Montagna. Finds one for himself. Can he find another? No, Alems will be there with the refrag onto Leonsky. But still all in favour of the players of Trust Gaming. Stiz on extremely low HP, and he will be taken out. So down to Alems, and the Montagna pushes straight on round, and well, the shield proving to be too strong for the players of Trust Gaming, and I do believe that we may be going for a bit of for a rehost. I apologise to the best I can, guys. I really am sorry. We are having a bit of technical issues. We'll try and get it sorted out as quick as we can. If we need to restart the stream for a while, may be it. Who knows? If not, because I've brought an observer for this match. Because little known fact about me, I hate observing and casting at the same time. It's just something that throws me off a little bit. So if it goes to it, maybe I'll just have to observe and cast it. So then we are guaranteed that, which may be the cause that we're going to have to go for. I'm sure that Trust and Secret wouldn't mind. I hope they wouldn't. But hey, we'll jump back in and we'll try and get these things worked out as quickly as we can. Stuff like this happens all over the world in esports. It's not just as if it's a one-time thing. I know that Twitch chat, you're probably freaking out as much as you are. But we'll try and get it going as soon as we can. I think we're going to let this round play out, so we will jump back in to see this round. Still no game audio, but we'll keep working with it. We'll keep going, and we'll try and keep it to the best of our ability. Oh, yes, finally! We have sound, everybody. Ask and you shall receive, I believe, is the phrase that we like to work. So we said F to pay respects in quite a bad term. What's the letter we use, chat, to signify a great thing has happened? Oh, it's disappeared again. Well. That's just a, I don't even know what we call that. That's just unfortunate. I think it's a perfect phrase to use. I jinxed it. Oh no. please insert your Fs, by all means. Please go ahead and insert your Fs. We'll try and get it back on. So clearly, Aphius did something, and then he changed it back. Right. So yeah. So we're going to keep moving on. We already have 45 seconds into the round already being taken. And Secret, well, they have changed their bomb sites in towards that bottom floor. Still rocking a majority of the same operators. This time they're not going to be using that mute. Instead, Jaeger has been brought into the course of things, possibly because they are fearing potentially the smoke grenades, which did hurt them quite a bit in that final push. Nades as well from Quadzy is also always going to be a big thing. And talking about those nades, Quadzy will find one from above, right onto Stiz. An important kill, because that is the plant denial. Well, one of the plant denials anyway, being eliminated for Secret. Big, strong kill. We know how deadly that man can be with a smoke. But the SAS counterpart will get the better of him in that scenario. ADS does eat up that grenade before anything goes anywhere south, more so that Secret have to deal with, and they really don't want to be caught out inside of those 5 versus 3 positions. You're really relying heavily on your big clutch players. Maybe would have to then try and step up and fill those shoes. That man can really clutch any scenario from any position, because of course he is the Einstein of Sage who can make anything work. Quadzy still playing these angles from above, trying to see how the best he can, and he does find the Echo Leon. Unsuspecting from above. Quadzy, great patience. He held that angle for so long. Leonsky as well gets down, and Diapek holding the flank as much as he can, so it goes into a 3 versus 3, but the diffuser has been planted, so the retake has to come in from Secret. A C4 will be exposed by the Pulse. Oh, the one tap from Snuff will be enough to finish off Meatbee. The defuse is not being diffused at the moment. Snuff still there holding the angles. Quadzy from above can try and pick one off, but they've all rotated into an angle that he cannot see, and it's going to be stuck. Lucky finds Snuff, and that surely should be the defuse, and it will. Team Secret have managed to pull back. Such an important victory for them. That's such a good round, and that's massive on the side of Secret. It keeps them into such a big pressure. That's very, very strong from them. So it does go to 1 round apiece. Still no audio, but we know it was there. I don't know, shall we... how about we quickly... We'll cut to me, and I'll shut down the stream, and then I'll reopen the stream, and then hopefully that should work. Let's try it. I hope it does. So let's just get the clean feed up. I'll open it again. We'll see if it works. And then we should be good to go. Hopefully. I hope so. I really hope so. No, I defo do not think it's my end, because I've just reopened and done it. Yeah, I have no words. I think I'm broken, guys. I'm broken. But hey-oh. We'll keep going with no audio. Let's not forget, we've had to do this before in Challenger League. I cast it, the second half of Ints and Empire, with no audio. Stuff like this does happen, but it shouldn't. I know it shouldn't happen. It certainly, guys, it's not my end. I know it's not my end. You can see audio up. My OBS audio is up. It's defo on the observer side. I don't know if we're going to have to continue on with this entire map with no audio. That would be very, very unfortunate. I just say a recommendation in the chat. Do you want me to make some of the firing noises? Like, whenever I see like an LMG start rattling off, I could start doing some noise effects for you. I hear a big explosion for a grenade. That could work. I don't know if maybe chat, you guys want to play along and you can type in your own noises that you think is going to happen. Again, completely up to you guys. So once again, we will be heading into another defense for Secret, and this time they will be going full circle as they go right around in towards the blue bar. Of course, they're not really expecting them to go for a penthouse. Leon loses that against Diapek. That is literally the best fragger from Trust against the best fragger from Secret. And well, Diapek with the Ashtar 4C will be enough to outgun the MP5 SD in that scenario. So they have took control of kitchen. This is very bad for the players of Secret, because that means they have no rotation abilities. They cannot rotate in towards the blue corridor. Leon was really the linchpin in that scenario. Once you lose that entire kitchen control, it makes sure that you have to turtle, and that's so good, because then Quadsy can rotate upstairs. He knows that if there's going to be any defenders, they can't rotate, they cannot move from the position, so he just has to go upstairs, start sledging into the very common anchor positions, and it should be easy win for Trust. However, Stiz, he bounces back with a kill, a massive one, on to the Montagna as well. Still has the SMG-11 in hand. You can see the gas canisters, already one being expended, but still has two for himself. So Lucky will be there in the office, just looking the best that he can. Doesn't really find anything at the moment. And Alem's just rotating in towards the office and is holding it as long as he can. Stiz, another kill for him. The SMG-11 putting in work. As Quadsy also, he falls, and that's going to be the sledge gone. The upstairs control dead. Snuff finds Meatbeer, however, so a refrag is good enough for Trust, but straight away, Lackey on the pulse. The MP45 will pick up one. So Snuff and Diapek against Stiz, Lackey, and Alem. Can Alem, the rap god, become a clutch god for his team? Snuff trying to find the best of his angles that he can. You can see quite interestingly, compared to other teams and their strategies, Secret, they do not shotgun out that entire quad wall. You see a lot of teams, they open it up completely. That means that basically the A bomb site cannot be played by either side. So then you really rely on the kitchen courtyard area. But that will be all she wrote for round number 3. As Stiz will clean up a kill after the down did come in on to Snuff. Great plays by Secret. Trust just falling short there in the final hurdle. You can see as soon as they lose a player like Quadsy and Diapek, their main fraggers, it takes such a toll on the other players. But for the most part, I think Trust Gaming are more of a defender-sided team. I think their defenses have been so much more impressive. I watched the Supremacy game and Trust Gaming game, which should have audio, which is quite different to this game, so I don't know if that's affecting. Just joking, of course. But yeah, their defenses were really strong. Avaish, whenever he gets that Maestro on board, he is so deadly. Thankfully, Secret have learned from that, and they're not even going to give him the courtesy of having the Maestro with him. So, Hook-a-Line and a Billards is where we will go next. And what? What the? I'm not the only one who heard that. Am I? Don't tell me I'm not the only one. Is this just a massive troll? It may be just a massive troll. So, Lucky will be moving on in. And it will be heading in towards the Billards. He has still that trusty pulse for himself. It's definitely not my PC, guys. Can't confirm it's not my PC. It is on the other side. It's not mine. I know it's not mine. I could pull up any YouTube video, any music on that, and you'll hear it. It's definitely not mine. 100% is not mine. So I think after this map, we will have to sort the issues out as much as we can. Again, that's completely on our side of things. Again, still apologies for that one. Wow, what a quick round already. Alem's finding Quadsy. And also one on to Diapek. However, Snuff will be there with the refrag on to Lackey. Stiz and Alem's, the French duo, will put quite a big dent into that Trust Gaming attack as they did try and go for a quick rush, which sometimes, yes, in Coastline, Trust Gaming are known for going for that. Avaish with a quick jump in. Can he find a second? Yes, he can, but Leon still there with the refrag, keeps the number still equal. Stiz to somehow end up in hookah lounge after Montagna was literally right in the position he is. Diffuser has been dropped right at the door, and the quick run out from Stiz will be enough to fault Snuff. So a 1 versus 2 down to Avaish on the Montagna. You should expect that both of these players, the SAS operators, should take it. Avaish quickly just peeking in and forth with that drop in the shield, and really on 25 HP, that will be all she wrote as Leon gets on the blue stairs. Will be enough to finish off Avaish. And Secret, well, really with no ace take that round. The attempted rush from Trust was not enough. Looking at the scores, they are pretty even in terms of scores. Just Leonski still yet to get himself a kill. Avaish and stuff both on 4. Stiz on 5, with all Lambs closely following. So that will conclude round number 4. So 2 more defense for Secret and 2 more attacks for Trust before we do have that halftime switch. I'm still really quite heartbroken that we don't have any audio. Yeah, it does sometimes take a little bit away from the environment. I think the atmosphere of hearing all of the different gunshots, all of the things being rattled off, it just adds to Siege in general. You know, you don't hear the announcer. Poor announcer. We don't get to hear him. RIP announcer. Hopefully he will be back with us soon. Now let's see if Secret can keep the ball moving, as they will be headed into another defense for the kitchen. Last time they did win it thanks to a great pullback after the diffuser was planted. Secret really just went for everything they could to ramble about and clutch up that diffuse after Trust with a very quick plant did come in. And just another thing to add as well, even though you may see that the observer is using a controller, it's still PC. A lot of observers use a controller because it's easier for the movements to be there. For example, Alex, our observer for ESL Prem, and also who was the observer at DreamHack Winter, he used a controller because it worked better. And yes, for those cross-top shots where you can see him moving around the third-person mode, yes, it works really good for that. So controller, keyboard, mouse, does the same thing. It's whatever the observer's comfortable with. So still nobody dead yet, which is quite unlike Trust Gaming for the most part. Usually we do see either an opening frag for them or even opening death. It's a bit of a 50-50 for them, and usually it is Diapec or Quadzy trying to get in there first as quick as they can. You can actually see an interesting pickup from Leon. He's going to be bringing the Frost. So this Frost is generically picked to slow down rushing opponents, and a team like Trust, whenever they see an opening, they will just, all 5 of them, push in towards one doorway if they know it's going to be safe enough to do so. So having those Frost at, for example, the windows and other nooks and crannies that you can find, yes, that's a very strong pickup. And if Trust still don't know that they have a Frost, then who knows, that could potentially be the ins and outs of down in a Montagna, for example, and that removes such a massive threat. That human drone, he just can't get killed as well. So Quadzy, he will be moving on down in towards the main lobby with his drone, just trying to scout out as much as he can, and he will find a Lems just tucked away there inside of CCTV. So Lems being that rumor as the Jaeger will have to keep things moving, make sure he stays as mobile as he can, and he will be pinched between the Montagna and Diapec. Diapec knows exactly where he is. Avaish will walk straight up, but whoa, maybe with the save, and somehow Lems has managed to scurry out of there as well. However, goes back for the return peek, but Avaish will be there to kill him, and Quadzy with a nade onto Lackey before Stiz dodge refrag onto Leonski. So both of these teams still keeping it equal with the number gain. Wow, what a rotation from Meatby. Lems was pretty much a dead man, still is a dead man, but did save that kill from Diapec potentially coming in. Snuff, Avaish and Quadzy will have to see what they can do to pick up this attack, and a really big attack round that they need. Still, Leon has those welcome mats scattered about and really could be anywhere at this stage. Smoke grenade will come in. That camera, that default camera, will be sat there and given the call-outs. Leon and Mate be very close together. One in kitchen, one inside a Sunrise bar. And here comes Montagna trying to push in. Leon will find just a glimpse of him before Snuff does run in. Take out Stiz. Another run for Leon Gibbs. Could he go for the third? Has the peak hole. He knows he's jumped in towards the bathroom. Diffuser has been dropped and it has been picked up. Will this be the free K? Yes, it will be. Leon Gibbs cleans up Quadzy. Doesn't look left, doesn't look right. Just rushes on in and will meet his demise to the 9mm. Well, Leon Gibbs clutching up the round. No real surprise from him. I believe there's a certain copy pasta chat that we like to use. something about him being not so great, and a haircut, I think. So, Blue Bar and Sunrise will be the final defensive location for the players of Secret. And, well, they do bring out quite an interesting operator, unless that is going to be 6th picked out, and it will be Leon on the dock. And, well, specifically, the reason why I think they're going to be taking Leon on this specific role is, of course, yes, MP5, ACOG, great gun, can fight those long-range angles. Excellent in those really tight-knit battles where you have no recoil. If you land your shots, you know, it's good rate of fire as well. MP5, great gun in most senses. But the fact that he also has in that stim pistol, he can either play that as a dock roamer, which we have seen before, and Doki from M&M during Premiership played that role so much. As a roaming dock, you can stim yourself up as much as you can. So, Leone will be on the dock. And again, just really, I think the flexibility of having the ability to revive somebody across both bomb sites. For example, somebody could be downed inside the Sunrise Bar corner. Somebody from Blue, for example Leon then, could simply just shoot a stim pistol and revive him automatically. And in a very clutch situation where if a Sunrise Bar push is coming in, behind that bar is the area that you want a defender. Preferably Stiz on the smoke would be a great operator for that scenario. We'll have to see how they play it out. Really, there's only been one operator change, I believe, every round, and it has been really the Leon role. You've seen him play Frost, you've seen him play Mute, now you're seeing him play Doc. But everything else has been stable, lacking the pulse. Really hasn't been getting too many C4 kills. I don't think he's got a C4 kill yet either. Don't know if the communication has helped them out a lot. Talked about Leon, gives up first blood to Diapek, and this young man is so scary behind the Ash. Can really do a lot of damage. Leonski finds Alems once again. Such a quick round for Trust Gaming. They are right into the faces of Team Secret. I believe Kitchen has been taken. Alems tried to play in there, but has been forfeited. Lackey does find the intel. They know they're going to be inside off the bar, but he didn't know who it was. Montagna, C4 doesn't really do that much, and Diapek, another kill for him onto Lackey. In the midst of it, Meepy has been down. Hey, if only they had a dock in that scenario. But he did give himself away. Stiz from above. This man can do some pretty crazy things as a clutch master, but I think this may be just out of his depth. Does find one for himself, but that will be all the attention attracted by everybody from Trust. And a great standing point for Trust is the aggression that they are bringing so heavily in this match. And really, a team like Trust, where in this scenario, they have nothing to lose. I don't think anybody here would be disappointed if Trust lost this match, because statistically, they should never win this match, because it's Team Secret, and everybody knows the pedigree this team has, the caliber of skill they have. Trust Gaming, we're not expecting big things from them. We want them to have a good showing, like we have seen in the past. We've seen them play at DreamHack Winter, where, like we talked about, Team Liquid, that match, insane match, even their rematch as well, was so strong. So it's really just them playing for nothing. They have nothing to lose, which is the most scariest playstyle a team can have. Perfect example was whenever they did play against Liquid. They went into that match fearing nothing. They had nothing to lose. They were just there for practice, more than experience for such a young team. And look what they did to Liquid in a BO3 environment. They lost the first map against Liquid, and they managed to pull it back and win 2 maps. Could this happen for Trust if they do lose Coastline? We'll have to see. But still, Trust and Secret, 2 very different playstyles of teams. Liquid are very reliant on their adaptability factor, that they can switch in an instant. They see an opening, they will bombard everything they have. Secret, a lot more dictative in the way they have their playstyles. They have some excellent fraggers as well. The teamwork from Secret is another big thing, which you can never really account for. The refrag potential from Secret have always been stunning. And now we will have that switch. So it will be Trust on the defense, and like I've talked about, they do provide so much more as a defensive team rather than the attacks, and you could say that for most teams. But then again, this is Coastline, which does favour the attacks more than it does favour the defense. And I'm sure Secret will probably show us why that is. The utility that you can see Secret have is so big. But, however, one of those utility tools will be eliminated snuff with a quick peek. Will find the IQ stays going off the board, and you see the castle barricades will nullify anybody pushing in towards the sunrise, but a great coordinated pinch from Leon and from Mateby will be enough to get the down onto Snuff, and Mateby does find the kill for himself. And another interesting thing as well, Secret are not bringing any hard breach. There's no Thermite, there's no Habana, and they're not running that. That's, again, a very risky strategy, but it's coastline. We've seen teams win coastline on attacks without hard breach, because you don't really need it. You know, if you play ranked, for example, if you play coastline, if it's not a penthouse and theater, how many times you as a Thermite do you actually get to breach something? Not a lot, because there's nothing really to breach. It's all about the verticality. It's all about the soft destruction. That's why they're bringing Leon on the buck. It's why they have Mateby with the sidearm shotgun, is for that scenario. Even have Lackey and Lambs both playing those soft breachers that can breach at a distance as well. And of course, it is just there for an IQ, which is great whenever you know Echo is available. And here comes a quick push in from Secret. They're going to rush in. They see the soft destruction, and that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Echo Drone will hit Leon as he tries to creep on in towards the bathroom. He will see the Echo and also land the headshot onto the Echo. Maybe catching Diapek as he rotates in towards the quad wall. Maybe another smoke grenade as the plant will go down from Lackey. Leonsky trying to fight back. Another one for Mateby, and Leon with the long angle will finish off the dock. And hey, I couldn't have explained it better about the soft breach and no hard destruction. Wow, guys, we're in 420 viewers. Nice. Five rounds to 2 is where it does stand, and Blue Barn Sunrise is where we're going to be headed next. So that was it's a very lackluster defense. So you can kind of see that Trust A put the utility into holding Sunrise and Blue Bar. They tried their best. That's why they bring the castle for that scenario. But that soft destruction, the aggression that they had, Secret had, was too strong for them. Of course, sure, we may have seen one kill come out from Snuff, but in that scenario, he had no refrag potential backing him up. Nobody else was beside him, which I do question. I would have liked to see some holes being made in that quad wall of Blue Bar. Nobody's going to be able to push Courtyard if you have your people positioned out, and especially whenever you know Secret are going to be full on coming from Blue Bar and Sunrise only, then that's where you could have those quad walls shot open. You could play somebody in Courtyard. Could have played the dock in Courtyard, has that extreme MP5, can fight those long angles, can also pick up and possibly stem up your smoke in that environment. Couple of things that Trust could have done better, but they didn't want to risk opening that wall in case something did go wrong. So they will be moving into a Sunrise and Blue Bar defense, and not offsite hold. This will be the bombs in this scenario, and I don't know if they're going to try and hold upstairs, or maybe if they're just going to let it slide for the meantime. And Leonsky making a nice little angle for himself that looks right on in towards the office side of the map. Leon still on the buck, will try and enter on in through the main entrance, and of course that destructibility factor can tear up those kitchen walls and the bathroom wall if he wants to. Will be one roamer, and Quadsy just annihilated by Leon. Avai with a refrag on the stiz. Another first death for him on the attacks. That's a lot of utility of the IQ being put to waste, especially whenever there is goo mines and also black eyes scattered about. So Leonsky, another double kill for him onto Lambs and on to Mateby with a great rotation flank down the main stairs. Great stuff from him, and 4v2 now in Secret. Well, they are behind, down to Leon and down to Lackey. See what the British duo can do in this scenario. Lackey still has all of his utility available with that Sophia launcher, of course. Impact grenades and also the concussion mines can work a treat. Leon sees the soft walls and tries to open up to try and find an angle, but quite smartly, Avaisha has rotated himself in towards the A-bomb, has the bar tied behind. ADS, I'm sure, would probably catch that out. Another smoke grenade will go off, so more utility being used, and with a minute to go, and whenever you know exactly where they are, Leonski, using that same angle that we talked about, will find Leon down to Lackey. 1 versus 4, Snuff starting to creep, along with everybody else who is starting to come in from behind. Pre-fire the wrong position, Lackey, and you will get finished off in that scenario. And Trust Gaming, well, for the first time on Coastline, they take a first defense for themselves, and this could get things started for Trust Gaming. Kitchen service entrance is where we're gonna be headed to next of all. So where are we going to be headed next? Let's see. It will be a kitchen and service entrance defense next. So primarily Trust, they are going to, I'm sure, attempt the same hold as it was last time. Anybody who has just tuned in, we do have, there is a bit of a technical difficulty with the sound after this map. Hopefully those mistakes will be rectified and we will be on our way with said mistakes. It is a technical problem. These things happen all over the world. Audio technicalities do happen. We've seen it before on our own Pro League streams as well. It happens. Things get broken. But we'll have to keep going with it. If you want to make up your own gun noises in chat, go for it. You can happily do that. And you know, if you guys want to try and make your best gun noises, go on, chat. Hit me with your best gun noises as free typing. I don't know how that's going to work, but try your best. So Snuffy is going to try and chance his hand at a spawn kill, and there's quite a lot of members from Secret spawning over there, and just tags up LMs, takes half of HP, but knows that these fraggers from Secret would kill him if he stays there any longer. And does rotate away. Takes what he can. That's 50 HP off. A very strong player for Secret. And once again, Secret, they're going to try and work their way in towards Blue Bar and Sunrise. And just like last time, the first kill goes in the favour of Secret. No thanks to Leon as he does pushing aggressively. Good Jackal scan as well. Will light up Diapek, who's on such low HP. Great utility being used by the Jackal, and does see him sprint across but doesn't land the shots. I think he landed one, but one will not be enough to put down Diapek. Snuff could try and rotate and stim him up, but instead of Aish will just go for the quick and easy reset. Let's hope they don't do what Stiz and Leon did against the G2 on Villa. That was quite unfortunate. I think that was one of the only defensive rounds that they did lose as well. Maybe he will start rotating away. He finds yet again another ping and still has 2 Inoxes to go. I think that whoever he did tag, I think it was Diapek on the Legion, his timer has been caught out, but he also gets caught out by Leon as Diapek gets lit down so hard, goes back, gets reset it, and straight back out on the hunt. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for him. Leon had his number in that gunfight, and really it's came down to Diapek and Leon, who has been big players for both of these teams. Avage will work their way in and start getting those gas canisters and get that going. Also makes a good punch hole that could catch out a player of Secret, but still has to be careful of the drone hole. That is the big reason why you cannot play Bathroom as heavy as you can. Sometimes people say, oh, once if you played a mirror window inside Bathroom, you physically can't because there is a drone hole there that means you can't play behind it. Maybe still has 2 more Inox scanners, also has some smoke grenades available, trying to battle back and forth between Avicii and such low HP. What a run out from Leonski. Even drops down, but that doesn't matter as everybody else from Secret has stormed the bomb site. A 1 versus 4 down to a lonely Snuff. Does find 1 kill for himself, but really at this stage an impactless frag. You wouldn't expect that the players of Secret would let this slip. They just have so many things going for them. They have the angles, they have still utility, I'm sure, coming in from Lackey. Again, probably constant tags as well from a pre-placed drone, and you can see the battle back and forth. Snuff 1 HP there, or about 5 HP, but still doesn't matter as he's just going to get shot out of his own bomb site. And this is looking to be match point for Team Secret. Another kill for themselves, but hey, doesn't matter in the long run. Stays there with the AUG. We'll find Snuff. 6-3 is how it stands against Trust Gaming and Team Secret on the first map of Coastline. Hookah Lounge and Billers is what we will be headed into next, and we'll have to see where this thing goes. And still no audio chat, still no audio. We're getting there. No audio. It's kind of turned into a bit of an ASMR stream, you could say. No, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there, guys. Don't worry. Maybe some other time. It's just nice and relaxing. Just my voice. It feels bad for you though that it's just my voice. It feels bad, man. So let's head into possibly the final round of Coastline. As we know, Secret are just playing as Secret does. There's been a couple of hiccups here and there. I think the aggression has caught the players of Secret by surprise quite heavily. Trust Gaming are one of those more aggressive, fast-paced teams, really deadly behind the trigger. I think Diapec has shown that. From him being a very capable fragger. But I think the Maestro ban has hit a player like Avicii pretty hard. He's known for being so strong with the Alda. Whenever you're a player and you lose those operators that you constantly practice on, that hits you really hard as well. And I think that's one of the reasons why sometimes I think Lackey does struggle whenever, like, for example, Pulse does get banned and then he has to completely change up. I know speaking to him, he hates it whenever he practices on Pulse, practices on operators like that. And yeah, it does annoy him sometimes, but still, he gets on with it. Oh, bit of buffering. We haven't seen this in a while. Oh, I know what's happened. So, I think this is what we call a spoiler chat, because I know that Afi wanted to restart his PC after the map, and he doesn't realise there's a 4-minute delay. So that means that we have already know the outcome of this match. So Team Secret have beaten Trust, even though we don't get to see the final map. Oh, wow. Well, that puts it to bed. So yeah, that's the... Oh. That's very unfortunate, to say the least. But hey, I think we know how the outcome ended then, so Secret must have took that round. We'll have to speak to Yaffy. Hashtag blame Afi. I think that's a pretty common hashtag we can use. Hashtag blame Afi, guys. Get it trending in chat. But that does mean that does conclude our first map. Sorry we didn't get to see the final round of that. This has been quite a shambolic stream, I must say. I'm getting like PDST flashbacks of some of the Challenge League rounds we had to do as well. This happened at Challenge League sometimes, where I believe that had a clean feed, and then the clean feed got shut down right as the game ended as well. So that's also another thing, and I think all the casters for CL, we were all sitting there thinking, oh, we didn't get to see the final round. Everybody has that issue. But hey, that does mean that Secret are 1-0 up against Trust Gaming in this Invitational Qualifier. Best of 3, but still not over yet. Not by a long shot. Trust Gaming, they still have a chance to pull it back and can attempt to redeem themselves on bike. Don't go anywhere, as that's coming up real soon.